Welcome to Killer Bee Fitness. Today I'm going to be demonstrating the row machine, proper technique, so that you can get the best workout possible on the row machine. We'll start off by sitting on the sled. You're going to put your feet in the straps. Make sure these straps are nice and loose. You do that by adjusting it right here. You can pull and push on that guy. Put your feet in the straps. They should still be nice and loose. I'm going to pull the ropes there. I'm going to make them nice and snug. It should be right across the top of the forefoot. I'm going to grab the handle with both hands, and I'm going to push it all the way back and get to my starting position. Okay, this is the position that I am going to finish the stroke in every single time. Let's go over the technique here. My shoulders are down and relaxed. The bar is just below the sternum. If you're a female, it's just below your bra. If you're a male, it's just right where that breastbone is, just underneath that in the soft part. Okay? We don't want to pull it up here. We don't want to pull it too down low. You want to pull it right in your power range. Now, my legs are going to be flexed, which means these quads are going to be squeezing. So the legs are going to be fairly straight, just about all the way straight, with a slight squeeze in the quads. My back is nice and tall, and I'm leaning about 10 degrees backwards. So I'm leaning about 10 degrees backwards, but I have a nice tall spine. I don't want to slouch like this. Nice tall spine. I'm going to first start with my arms, and they're going to go in a downward motion, kind of down along the thighs, with everything else staying smooth. My back is still nice and tall. My legs are still contracted with the quads squeezing a little bit. I'm going to reach. As soon as my hands get to the tops of my thighs, I will sit up a little taller while my arms continue to move. Now when my hands get to my knees, or just past, I'm going to bend my knees and I'm going to come forward, sitting nice and tall, a nice tall spine, but I'm flexing from the hips, not from the low back or upper back like this. I'm flexing from the hips, so I'm staying nice and tall. I'm in a nice power range. The pressure should be focusing right here on the midfoot, right where the straps are. And now with my arms reached out and extended as far as I can get them, I'm going to push with my feet, reaching my arms, push, my back stays tall, and then I get to my starting position again. Every time. I'm going to do a few strokes, and then we'll talk about some mistakes people make. Hands, chest, knees, reach, push, pull. Hands, chest, knees, reach, push, pull. Now notice that my legs are stopping at the same exact time as the bar touches the chest. Okay, and we'll talk about that in the mistakes as well. Let's do it one more time. Hands, chest, knees, push, pull. I want the bar coming back on a straight line to my chest. A couple mistakes people make. Let's start with the setup here. So here, people would go like this with their arms early. If we pull our arms early, it disengages our legs and we can't use our legs. The legs are the strongest muscles we have on this machine, and it generates the most amount of power, and it allows you to use this much more consistently and for a longer period of time. So arms do not want to go first. Another mistake people make is they will slide the sled back at a faster rate than they'll slide their arms, than their arms will be moving. So they'll be going like this. And if I do that, then I've lost all the power in my legs, and now I'm relying on my arms and back to do the work, and that puts a lot of stress on your back and arms, and you'll probably end up getting injured over time. So let's do the setup again here. I do not want to go like this. I do not want to go like this. I want to instead sit nice and tall, contract my spine so that when I push with my legs, it transfers the energy up through my spine and into my arms so that I can engage the chain here and feel the tension right away. So I push and pull. Now on the recovery, a big mistake people make is they'll bend their knees too early like this. Well, if I bend my knees, it's going to make my back lean back here. Now it puts a tremendous amount of stress on my low back and my stomach, and now I have to correct that situation by coming forward, and that throws off the whole stroke if I even get forward. Some people will start like this. It will go here, here, and then they'll never quite get to that starting position again, and the whole stroke is thrown off. So we want to really sit tall. We don't want to bend the knees first. And it'll even be quite exaggerated on some people, where they'll be here, they'll push, and then they'll bounce the knees and come in. We don't want to try to do that where we bounce the knees. I'm really not grabbing this with my toes at all to pull myself back in. I'm more leading with the arms, and then the chest, and then the knees. I don't want to try to pull too high up like I mentioned earlier. I also don't want to lean back too far, because if I lean back too far, again, that's putting an excess stress on my back and my stomach. Used correctly, this machine is a great full body workout, but done incorrectly, it can promote a lot of injuries, and it can set you back quite a bit. So let's just do a couple more strokes, and let's talk about it here as we work on it. Hands slide down, chest, then my knees. I'm going to reach, push, and pull. Hands, chest, knees, push, pull. Hands, chest, knees, push, pull. Notice how the chain, the bar, and the sled are moving back at the same rate. They're same rate. If I move any one of them early, like this, then that's messing up the stroke. Or this, that's messing up the stroke. You can tell a lot by the chain. If the chain stays smooth, that means you have a good stroke. If the chain is bouncy, for instance, bouncy, that means that my stroke has a fault in it. I want a smooth stroke. I want to reach with my fingertips and pull. A nice strong pull at the end. So last time here, hands, chest, knees, push, and pull. With a slight lean back, you're leaning until the bar touches the chest. I don't want to bring the chest into the bar to go like that. I want to continue to lean so that I get the maximum amount of chain pulled without leaning excessively back. Okay? This will take some time. This is probably one of the most challenging machines to learn in the gym. But that's why we're doing this video, because it's very, very important that you understand correct technique. To get out of this machine, I just push my fingers down on the straps. As I do that, I pull my toes up. It creates some room in the room for your feet to get out. I lift my foot up, dislodge my heel, dislodge your heel, and you're on your way. Thank you very much for listening, and I wish you well on the row machine.